Hey everybody, how's it going? Today we're going to take a look at the 18th floor of the Kinki no Goku, and this one is an interesting one. It might take a few tries. Well, they all will probably, but um, the important thing to watch out here is the fact that there are no hearts, so you're going to have to take advantage of healing walls and the angels, which will fire off hearts to heal you up, to top you off HP wise. And you also have to make sure you hit friendly units before you're able to do any attack. Kind of like, what was it, Armageddon, I think it was, where you need to hit them first. It'll give you the power up so that you're actually going to be able to do any HP clearing of those monsters. In addition, there's some infectious poison on the stage, so we'll go over that in a little bit more detail before we start the actual stages. And damage walls. That'll also be very important that you have that. So basically, the key to this stage is using the status recovery. You must recover because you're not going to survive without it. So, hey there. So let's take a look at this situation real quick before we start the video. So my party here, we've got Amaterasu, Elizabeth, and Ono no Komachi. Both Amaterasu and Elizabeth have the status recovery ability, whereas the Ono no Komachi has the status recovery blast as a bump combo. Now this party is really good for the fact that Amaterasu has the copy ability for the bump, which means she can, when it's Ono no Komachi's turn, she will also basically have the status recovery blast, and that'll help increase the combinations in which you can recover yourself from this infectious poison. Alright, so let's make sure we understand how this works. A unit that has status recovery will heal a unit that is holding that infectious poison. So, for example, if the first or second player units are able to touch the third, then it will heal that infectious poison and nobody's going to be poisoned. However, make sure you're aware that a unit that is infected, for example the third player, if it moves and hits others, it will infect them as well, even if that unit has status recovery, right? It's going to be trying to heal it first. There's nothing to heal, so nothing happens, and then the infectious poison transfers over. So if that third Amaterasu hits the first or second, I'm going to be spreading the poison, which is bad. Now, instead, if we went to the fourth player is the one that has the bump combo of status recovery blast. So Ono no Komachi, in this case, if Amaterasu ended up hitting her, would actually recover it for everybody. Nobody would be poisoned, everybody's happy. And so, like I said at the beginning, this also means that if it's Ono no Komachi's turn and she is poisoned, she can safely hit Amaterasu without any worry, because that status recovery blast is going to activate. Alright, so without further ado, let's begin the stage. And for some reason the audio didn't capture for this stage, so I'm just going to be running the Kinki no Goku BGM in the background. So important thing to note is that one of the eyeglasses there has a number in the middle. That is a big blast that will do 80,000 damage. So make sure you are either healed up or clear the stage by then. It's only 80,000, so you can recover. There's a lot of healing options, whether it's the angel on top or the healing walls to recover up your HP. So make sure if that's starting to hit low, that you instead focus on healing your team up rather than attacking. Now, like I said, making sure that you recover your team is important. In addition, you are forced to hit your own units to do any damage. So if you are not able to find the right combination of what character can hit what, you could be spreading the poison, which would be bad, right? So it's a clever way to combine both of these gimmicks to make sure that, alright, you gotta heal yourself up, but you also have to hit your own friendly monsters before you do any damage. Now, making sure you clear up your the enemies in a quick manner is important. As you saw, Amaterasu was knocked out by the meteor attack from the spritzers. That right number is gonna fire off that meteor attack, so that's not good. But taking them out swapped the positions between the eyeglasses and those jesters, which gives a pinch point. Now, unfortunately, as you saw, that Amaterasu, it was able to hit the Elizabeth first, but that pinch for some reason didn't take, so she just spilled out. In addition, that Jester, that right big number is a big defense down blast, which is also not good. However, you can also clear that up with status recovery. Stage 2, you're basically gonna follow the same pattern. Make sure you take out the spritzers first, because they will be able to move Magmel into an attackable position. That bottom left corner is not where you want to deal damage to her. So of course you're gonna watch out for the knockout berry. You don't want that to activate too much and have the Magmel stuck on the corner. But when you take it out like that, it will swap the positions and move it there. Now the Ginger, if you do the same thing, they'll swap the positions with one of the characters on either the left or the right, depending on who you take out. And again, that will give you the opportunity to move Magmel into either the top or bottom position, which makes it a little bit easier to do vertical attacks. And there is a pinchable spot in the top, in between Magmel's head or feet on the respective wall that it will be in. So yeah, now as you can see in this stage, the eyeglass doesn't have a big blast, so you don't have to worry about that. It'll be the one that helps you with the healing walls. But the infectious poison is coming from Magmel. In addition, the Gingers are also going to be firing off poison blasts with their top left attack. Again, making sure that you utilize your status recovery properly to heal either the regular poison or the infectious poison is basically the MO for this stage, right? You're able to do that, you're going to survive longer. The HP situation isn't going to be too bad. Right, so we've got the Amaterasu infected. We'll just make sure to clean it up. We have plenty of time. Well, okay, that middle number is actually a pretty powerful attack that you probably don't want to see. So making sure you're able to clear everything out by then is important, so you don't want to dilly-dally too much. But as you can see, since the position there isn't too bad, it gives you a lot of opportunity to do a lot of damage pretty quickly. As long as you don't forget about the fact that you need to hit friendly units first before doing significant damage, right? Forgetting that will cause you to waste a turn, can cause you to lose the stage. Alright, stage 3, similar acts. We're going to make sure to take out the spritzers as soon as possible, because they will swap positions with the eyeglasses. Note that the eyeglass does have a big number in the middle, so we're going to have to make sure that we either, again, heal up to cross that 80,000 threshold, or make sure we clear the stage by then, right? The spritzers, getting them with a pierce type, do a lot of damage, swap the eyeglasses, and now we have a pinchable position, which is now ideal for the bounce types. So I do have a balance of bounce and pierce, with Amaterasu being the bounce type. This one, I guess, not sure what I was doing there, didn't hit anybody, so even though I got the pinch, not much damage, right? So that was a completely wasted turn. Or maybe you can think I just put that Amaterasu in a great position so that when the other Amaterasu makes that path, it'll be able to get the pinch and also hit them at the same time to make sure I get all that bonus damage to do 50 million, right? Perfection. And so once you clear out the Jester, they will move the eyeglass out of the way, so it just basically gives you more room. As you saw, the Jester hit that 5 attack, so it did a defense down blast, but luckily Elizabeth was able to hit everybody and it's all gone. And I guess thanks to the last turn, the Amaterasus are overlapping. Means I don't have to do an awkward angle to go for the pinch. Easy. Done with the stage. I mean, again, the fact that you're forced to hit a friendly unit it might mean you're going to have to take unfavorable angles, but that's how the stage rolls. Now, stage 4 is interesting because there are going to be no healing walls in this stage. There's no eyeglasses, right? So you're going to be depending on your team to make sure you're able to clear out these effects in an effective manner so that you don't run out of HP. Once the Jester's bottom right number hits 0, it will call down angels, so that gives you your only opportunity to heal on the stage. Now, don't forget that the Spritzer can knock you out with the meteor, and the Gingers will fire off these poison blast attacks. That's a lot of potential damage, right? If you're knocked out, you're going to get 20,000 damage if somebody still has the infected poison. And regular poison isn't insignificant either, so that can add up if you're not careful. So making sure you clear out all of the monsters. That spread shot that the gingers also have also kind of hurts. So making sure you take them out in a swift manner is fairly important. We'll see that attack from that left ginger right now, and yeah, if you're not in the right position, that can add up a lot. Especially as a pierce type, which can overlap a little bit on monsters. That hurts if you're in the wrong position. Finally, that drone in the middle, that is counting down to a gravity attack. So it's not gonna kill you, but if you have too many other monsters available on the stage, you know, you're gonna have a bad time, right? Luckily, I'm almost done with taking out the jesters, so having to clean up that angel isn't gonna be an issue. Just because of the balance type, hitting that weak point's not going to be very easy. Thank God. Alright, stage 5 is the first time we're going to see this Gigamantis. That middle number is a very damaging attack of 90,000, so you're going to want to make sure to take them both out as soon as possible. Again, they're in a pinchable position, so if you can find a way to hit a friendly unit and get in there, you're going to be able to take them out real quick. Luckily, that Amaterasu is in a perfect position with Elizabeth right in her way and a straight line to the pinch point, so we're able to take them out quickly. I've died a lot on this stage, just not being able to make that hit a friendly unit and find a way to get that pinch, so getting that pretty quickly is a nice miracle. But once you take out the spritzer that was on the bottom right corner, it swapped the position of the eyeglass and Magmel, and you don't have to worry about the eyeglass on this stage. It is perfectly, well, not perfectly benign, but it's not going to explode on you, which is important. But there is some space in between the left side of Magmel and the wall, so if you can get a bounce type in there, you can do a lot of damage real quick. There's also a weak point that'll show up on the left side, so if we're able to hit that, then this stage just goes away real quick. But otherwise, you know, take advantage of the... I'm going to try and go for that here. As you can see, I missed. Again, you know, that block hitbox, you know, still not the easiest thing to handle. I'm not even sure if that's possible at that angle, but you can just whittle down the damage. It shouldn't be too difficult. You know, again, do not forget that you need to hit a friendly unit first to boost your team's attack. But make sure you do it by the time that middle number hits 0, because you will be not having a good time if that reaches 0. And there you go. We got that pinch on the top left in between the wall. So we are able to go on to the boss. Now, let's make sure we understand the boss attacks. The middle number, of course, is death. You don't want that to happen. There's a big energy circle on the bottom left. The infectious poison is going to come from the top right, and it'll repeat every 3 turns after the first. And there's an energy blast with some wind to push everybody out on the top left. Now, for this stage, got pretty lucky with the left and right positioned spritzers. We're able to take them out real quick. It was able to rearrange the stage. Magmel moved to the left. The jesters moved into a attackable position, which you know, was able to move out the eyeglasses. Right, they're just going to be in the way. Take out the jesters. You don't need to take them out at the same time. So, you know, if you have the opportunity to guarantee you take out one, do that. You know, don't overextend and try to do both. There's no need. You have plenty of time. As long as you're able to take Magmel down to that marker on the HP bar, you'll put Magmel into an angered state, right? And it'll reset the death counter in the middle. So as long as you have 6 turns left, in my case, right? 5 turns to get there. It's not too bad. Once you take out the last jester, it should move Magmel again into one of the vertical positions, you know, depending who you have left. And again, it just makes it easier to do a lot of damage. There is a pinchable area on top of Magmel or below Magmel, depending on which side it ends up being. I do think my Amaterasu was able to get lucky, and maybe it was the next one. But I do remember getting a nice pinch out of this, which just completely jumped the bar. So and pierce types are great too. If you find that you're in a good situation and can just do a lot of vertical attacks, you can do a lot of damage that way. Especially if you're lucky enough to have everybody just bunched up to begin with. Again, that wind attack on the top left might make it a little difficult, but there you go. There's the pinch. Was able to do 81 million damage and cause it to flip over without having to worry about the angered form of Magmel. That's always good if you can manage that. Alright, stage 2, you're going to want to take out the gingers as soon as possible because you can see that there's some Gigamantises on the left corners of the stage. The Gigamantis still do that big 90,000 attack if you let their middle number hit 0. So you're going to want to take out the gingers so that they swap the Gigamantises to their positions, which means, hey, they're in a pinchable position, right? And maybe it's just not a clean pinch because as you can see, Amaterasu dribbled out again between those two. You can see the gap isn't super tight, but at least it makes it easier to hit them at the same time because you're going to want to take them out both ASAP. They are not something you want to deal with on top of Magmel, right? So there we go, a nice pinch. Took out both Gigamantises, so now we have 5 turns to focus on Magmel before we anger her, right? Again, don't forget to recover your team from the Infectious Poison, and don't forget to hit a friendly unit before trying to do damage. I know I'm saying that over and over, but if you don't think about it, you might forget and you're just going to do a wrong move, and wasting a turn is not good. So now that we've angered Magmel, its attack scheme changes a little bit. The Infectious Poison is on the top left. We've got the death counter in the middle. We've got the gravity attack that just happened, right? It'll bring your team down to 4 HP. However, they will call down an angel to help you out. So that's great. As you can see, there's no eyeglass for healing walls, but do make sure that you're aware if that gravity happens to focus on clearing out any infectious poison and focusing on the angel if possible, right? If not possible, try and go for the kill before bad stuff happens. Alright, we're going to go to the third boss stage, and this is the last one, I think, right? Yeah, should be. Again, we see more Gigamantises, so that should clue you in. Okay, take out the Jesters as soon as possible. That will allow them to swap to go into a pinchable position. There's a Spritzer on the bottom, which will move Magmel down, giving you more space to go for the pinch, right? Right now, it's basically impossible unless you go from the top. If you're able to take down the Spritzer, at least you have some options to go under the two. But making sure that you do this before the big blast for the Gigamantises happen is super important. You're this close, you don't want to lose because of that. So luckily we're able to take out that second Gigamantis. A little bit scary because the HP on the other Gigamantis was getting low, but hopefully that's fine. But since I know they have a lot of HP, I'm going to use Ono no Komachi's Strike Shot, which will put everybody into a HP leeching mode, right? Any monsters that I hit will be able to contribute to my HP every turn for about 3 turns, I think. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to hit that third or the second Gigamantis to, amplify the healing. But this one, of course, I'm going to take the opportunity for the pinch rather than trying to heal up Elizabeth, with that guide there, right? Why not? So now we're good. And since the Spritzer has moved, the Eyeglass and Magmel has swapped position. So now there's basically a awesome pinch point in between Magmel on the bottom, between the wall, and on top between the Eyeglass. So if you can fit yourself in there, you can do a lot of damage real quick. I don't know, that strike shot from Elizabeth wasn't the best. But Amaterasu, why not try and go for it? Woo! That's a lot of damage real quick. If we can do that one more time, that'll basically kill her, right? So, but of course, since we have angered Magmel, we go down to 4 HP. We have some healing, so that's good, but trying to take out the angel is also important to make sure that we don't die. I think, yeah, we do have 1 turn of just no attacks, so if you can get it, that's fine. But don't forget that Amaterasu strike shot is kind of like a Kiss Kill Lira. So every time you hit a friendly unit, you'll also heal. So that's also a great way to top off your HP if you're ever in danger. But luckily, I was able to get a pinch with that Amaterasu in between the eyeglass and Magmill. So then, game set. Whew. I mean, it's not easy. It took me a bunch of attempts as well. But, as long as you, keep telling yourself, all right, who can I hit in this position? Do I need to focus on healing somebody? How do I make sure I can get damage done if that's my priority, right? Do you want to go for damage? Do you want to go for healing? Understand the two paths. Make sure you hit the right people. Road to success on this stage. So that's it for floor 18. We're going to take a look at 19 next. I can stop the BGM, right? So thank you for watching, and until next time, bye-bye.